got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins.
Welcome, your 2026 Miami Dolphins.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen in the booth. Riley Patterson on the field gets this thing going. And off we go from South Florida. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 59 at quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
Yo,
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a good start on the ground. He gets 8 on the game's opener.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 1.
Trimmer. Kyle left Yanni. 73.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And I don't think he got that wrapped up the line of scrimmage. And now you're looking at 3rd down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. Dotson, the man in motion.
Hey, 73. Go Silver, ready? Tiger Hornet.
And they'll throw here with Hurts. Out to his right. He'll try to run for it. Hurts will give himself up here at the end, but not before he picks up a 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
Hey, easy, 63, back.
They'll run it here with Saquon. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That's Goddard in motion. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Every rookie that finds themselves in the lineup, Mike, they're trying to make plays that keep them in the lineup. Continue to show your coaches they can trust you as a young player in this league. And he continues to make plays like this. He's going to find himself in the lineup more and more often as the year unfolds.
63. Hey, Silver. Yanni. Delta.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
Trimmer. Kyle left Yanni. Alpha. Kyle left Yanni. Hey, 73. Delta.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's got it at about the 8. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
6 yards.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So a smart decision on the defensive side to use the challenge here. This winds up as an incomplete pass.
A 51-yard attempt.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Gtowncapp.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Solo left Zion. Watson, Oscar.
To throw on second down, it's Tua. Escaping to his left. That's brought in by Darren Waller. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
Turbo 1, high. 20, TX.
Out of the gun, Gtowncapp. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Eagles offense going to take over now for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. From the 23, here's second down and 7. Dotson, the man in motion. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Man in motion is Brown. On third down, here's Hurts. He'll let this go for Goddard. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. He lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And special teams changes the momentum. Right after a 3-and-out, you think you're getting the ball back instead. Not just a turnover, Greg, but a touchdown the other way.
Yeah, and you can just see their body language. The wind has come out of their sails. The offense is fired up. Great job, defense. You force a 3-and-out, and you got your helmet on. You think you're about to take the field and get a possession. Next thing you know, disaster strikes. Not only the turnover, Mike, the scoop score, and they take it back for 6.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out first down and 10.
Solo left Zion.
A shotgun snap for Tua. That one into the hands of Hill. And he's Brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Second down, they need 3.
At the 38-yard line.
Now it's Tua. Now a screen set up for Gtowncapp. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and inches.
It's second and inches. At the 43-yard line.
Hey, 21 TA.
We are through 1. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter. They've got it second down and less than a yard.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Get set. All right, go. Watson, Oscar. Scat.
Again, it's Tua. That's taken in by Gtowncapp. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
13 yards on the play.
13 yards on that pass play. First down, Miami.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Tua will give it to Gtowncapp. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team...
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Gilly Ringo. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Man in motion is Smith. Hurts looking to throw on first down. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Go Silver, ready?
Dotson, the man in motion.
Crowd left Yeti. 63. Delta.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Again, working deep downfield. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
It's a gain of 56 yards. First down, Eagles.
That's Goddard in motion. On first down, it's Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
A second down throw for Hurts. He's got it at the 7. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
Hey, 73, 79.
On third down, it's Hurts. That is caught side of the end zone. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down.
21G, 21G. 20, TX. Turbo 1, hard.
From the gun, here's Tua. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
First down.
From the 39, here's a first and 10.
39-yard line.
Yeah, ready. All right, go.
They'll run this one straight ahead with A-Check. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He was brought down by Nolan Smith. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Hey, 21 TX. Watson, Oscar. Hey. Solo left Zion.
Now Tua. This throw right side is caught by Hill. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
A gain of 26 yards.
Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On the handoff, this is A-Check. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He was brought down by Nolan Smith. It's a pickup
Here comes
6.
second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the Eagles' 7-yard line.
Once again, it's A-Check. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down.
44, ready.
They'll run with A-Check. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
That's another Dolphins first down.
Get set.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
A-Check. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
Taken down
Now back at the 4 for second and goal.
Loss of 3. Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
One more time, it's A-Check. And this is not going to do it either. Stop for no gain. And just like that, it's 3rd and goal.
1 yard on the play.
Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. To talk things over before 3rd down.
Solo left Zion.
Tua. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Tua on the road. Touchdown, Miami. Riley Patterson now to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Dolphins are back in this one. It's 17-7.
Dolphins 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Man in motion is Brown. A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
That's good for Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal.
It's a pickup of 46 yards. That's another Eagles first down.
Here's Barkley. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
Fitzpatrick on the tackle.
Here now, second down and goal.
At the Dolphins' 6-yard line.
Man in motion is Brown. One more time, they try Barkley. And this time, he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Here's Elliott for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles up their lead. It's now 24-7.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no return here. This is a touchback. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll begin with first and 10.
20 TX.
To throw is Tua. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half. Now a first down throw for Tua. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Great, set. All right, anyway, hey, 73.
On first down, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. brings up 2nd and 5. At the 17.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Open man, right side. He's got it. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A gain of 12. And an Eagle first down.
63, 63, 63.
Hurts will try it again. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
Again, Hurts. He's going to try it here again. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
20, TX. Solo left Zion. Out.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flushed to his left. Going up top. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big one there to start the second half. It covers 51 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out.
On first and 10, here's Tua. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
21G, 21G. Running T. Turbo 1, hard.
Throwing is Tua. That one out wide to Achane. To the pylon, he's in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. On comes Patterson for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Dolphins back within 10. It's now 24-14.
Dolphins 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. That one intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Patterson now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Dolphins cut the lead to 3. 24-21.
Dolphins 21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This gonna be returned from right around the goal line. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. He's hit after the catch and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10.
63.
Man in motion is Brown. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Tiger flow. Trimmer.
Here's Barkley. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
It's a gain of 6.
Let's go. Trimmer.
Philadelphia.
Phil King.
Man in motion is Brown. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Off the bootleg, it's Hurts. Oh, he's got him in. His tight end, Goddard. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll take this one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10.
Ready. Hey. Corner, long.
A shotgun snap for Tua. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
So you take a look at the clock. At this point in the 3rd quarter, you find yourself down. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily desperation time. You're going to have a couple more possessions left, but that throw there felt kind of like a desperation throw. So Don't force it. Just continue to sustain possession and just make sure at the end of this drive, you come away with points.
To throw on second down, it's Tua. Moving to his left. And they will finally track him down. Great coverage downfield. Leads to a sack.
A loss of 4 yards brings up third down and 14.
21 G. Hey, 21 G.
Third and long. Here's Tua. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Solo left Zion. Hey. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Tua now on first down. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. That ball hits your hands at this level. You've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
That's taken in by H.M. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up third down.
Third and inches.
Hey, get set. Come on, one. Team. Come on, two.
And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. Set to go now on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Out. Scat. Hey, 21 TA.
From the gun, here's Tua. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up second and 7 at the 11-yard line.
And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal coming up. He's marked out of bounds at the 2.
I remember early in my career, Mike, this was only just starting to kind of become in vogue. Receivers would maybe get a few carries a year at most. Now, it's become commonplace throughout the NFL, and watching these results, I kind of get it. I wish we had gotten them involved as runners maybe a little bit sooner.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's H.M. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
A loss of 2 brings up second and goal at the 3.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Backed up to the 3. It's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal.
Short of the goal line. A 2-yard pickup brings up third.
They'll run with H.M. And he will score. Game on. Javon H.M. Touchdown Dolphins. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter.
28.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6.
Trimmer.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
63. Hey, 73. Hey, Silver. Tiger Hornet.
Man in motion is Smith. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. That's fielded at about the 18. And they'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 7.
20, TX. Solo left side. Scat.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Ikhine. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, 21 TX.
Back to throw is Tua. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey.
Here's 2. He's going to let this go. Downfield for Waller. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
21G. Watson, Oscar.
Throwing again, it's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Here comes a return from the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
Go Silver, ready? Hey! Hey, Silver. Tiger Hornet.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
Let's go. Trimmers. Hey, easy. 63. Pound up, Yeti. Hey. 63. My man.
Now Hurts. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That's caught. And he's going to take this one all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Ready. All right, go ahead. Go. Ready. Whoa. Hey.
Now it's Tua. He'll let one go down the middle. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Watch it, Oscar. Solo left Zion.
Here's Tungo Bailoa. Moving left. Now he takes off. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
14 yards. That's good for a Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Tua gonna throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And the Eagles are gonna take possession.
Intercepted by the Eagles. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Finding room at the 35. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Great.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Good, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
That's Goddard in motion.
Go Silver, ready? Delta.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. 2nd down, they need 7.
Trimmer. Delta.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Man in motion is Smith.
Crowd up, Yeti. Crowd. Hey, Silver. Tiger Hornet. Delta.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only 1. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
Good, set.
Man in motion is Smith.
Delta.
That's taken in. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down.
First down.
Delta, set.
A gain of 12. And an Eagle first down.
Delta.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. Open space inside the 10. And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the 2nd half.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all just seal this victory away.
Man in motion is Smith. On the zone read, he'll keep it himself. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So here's Tua and the Dolphins down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute to go. How will this play out? We'll watch as they come up for 1st down.
Step. Solo left Zion.
They'll drop to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They have 2 timeouts, but not much time. Down 2 scores as we get to 1st and 10. Tua. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
20, TX. Turbo 1, high.
Tua to throw again. There's a throw right side. To be incomplete. This is a tough spot. 3rd down and 10.
Hey, 21G, 21G.
Again, it's Tua. to Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller. And it'll lead to a second down. Throwing is Tua. He'll let this go towards the end zone. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Now, a big third down.
Yeah, ready. Come on. Hey, 21T. 21G, 21G.
Here's Tagovailoa. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there, and we're likely down to a final snap. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down.
Winning team. Hey.
They snap it to Tua. That is caught. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. It fought till the end, but still will come up short. The final act now of this football game, the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins are back within 6. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one.
Chester, sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band, sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin, flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short but I can't complain, doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice then I teleport, got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Might get my hand like a waffle cone, spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me cause don't stop. Hey lady, you're not.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time. Without a top-flight quarterback, the way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Now the first carry for Derrick Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on second down. Powering his right forward. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
No, we change it. Report. Go. Hey.
Throwing is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. Here's Smith to return it. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Stafford. He'll try and do this himself. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. This is taken at the 23. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Now it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Hey, come on. Hey, hey. Go ahead. Middle.
Jackson now. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Let's go. Get hot. 13.
Jackson. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Let's go. Get hot. Hey.
close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down at 7.
60.
They try the left side here with Williams. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here is 3rd and 5. Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
For the Rams.
On the punt, they do get 7 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now here come the Ravens. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
No, we changed it.
Here's Jackson. Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. From the gun, Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll find Bateman once more. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We changed it.
Now it's Jackson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Rams' 34-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And Jackson throwing once more. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Tyler Loop now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Pass complete down in the Nakua. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nakua, 65 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Ravens take over.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes, too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
To throw is Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. This now a 3rd and 4.
Hey, shot. 13. No, we changed it.
Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Emmanuel Forbes able to stick with him and knock that one away.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now 2nd and 3.
Waiting.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and 3. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Rams, first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, Stafford. Short throw. It's Higbee. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
This is 2nd and 8. Play action. Stafford. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw is Stafford. He'll try and do this himself. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing is Jackson. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10.
Now Jackson taps this forward. Jet sweep. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Jackson will throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Back to throw again. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's got room through the middle of the field. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are deadlocked at the break. A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime. And getting back into the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all got a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
At the 23-yard line.
Now it's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he'll get this up close to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
At the 29-yard line.
Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Stafford. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Jackson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Loss on the play.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
No, we changed it. Go right here. Hey, middle.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Ready! Ready, shot! Let's go! Get hot! Hey, hey! Good!
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That's returnable now for Smith. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And now Stafford must not be pleased with something. He's going to turn, and he signals for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Out of the gun, Stafford. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens 9-yard line.
Stafford. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Luke now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And with that, they're down to one remaining here in this second half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one to Crum. And he's got it down to the 28.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Stafford now to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
250.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Report! Go.
this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Go ahead. Middle. Go.
From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The Ravens send their punter out now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here's Smith to return it. Caught on a call of 38 yards officially. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Stafford. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up to the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He's going to try and go deep again.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Waiting.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's going to take another shot here.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Oh. Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. That penalty is declined.
Again, Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Hey, report. Middle. Hey, middle.
Now it's Jackson. There's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
First down, and goal to go.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Jackson going to shift him around. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
3rd and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Sit on! 180! What is it? 13. Report! For him.
Throwing now is Jackson. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion, just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there, kick it, put it to the post, go up 2 scores.
Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now it's Stafford. Pass complete. It's Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. Of course, the game can't end with a defensive penalty, so they get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
One last throw here for Stanford. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So
Chester, sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. The scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band. Sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin. Flex these bars on a dolphin fin.
Will Lutz to kick off for the
Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go from South Philly. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff. Wow, that is going to set a tone for what could be a very physical game. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Great. Set.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Carl up, Yeti. 63. Carl up, Yeti.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll let this go for Goddard. That is caught. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
52 yards.
It is a big play for the Eagles. 52 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Hey, Silver. 73. Hey, easy. 63. Back. Out. Crowd left. No.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
A.J. Brown. Incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. Jonathan Cooper in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
73.
3rd and long for Hurts. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. He's going to let Pat to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
He's taken down just shy of midfield. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
He will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Bombers, bombers, bombers. Away, away, away. Away, away. Away, away, away. Away, away, away.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Headed left, buying time. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Eagles offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
63. Crowd left, get him. 9. No touch.
Throwing is Hurts. And he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
Here's a run. And he's going to lose yardage here. Taken down back at the 8. From a little further back. Here's 2nd